Backrooms Robotics. Tomorrow's World for Today's People. Callum Andrews. Snippet from the Daily Room's news report. Renowned Backrooms robotic engineer Callum Andrews becomes the leader of the institution. Callum Andrews, famed engineer of Backrooms Robotics, was promoted to the position of CEO by the firm on the night of August 26, 2023, SMT, Standard Meg Time. This announcement follows the trail of accomplishments Mr. Andrews has made in order to move from the precarious situation he lived in after his parents' death to the most important position of the group we work tirelessly to help. A difficult childhood. Callum Andrews is a Backrooms native, born on June 28th of 1995 SMT into a family of explorers from the Aiding Stragglers. Note, see Level 2 for more information. Although his life has been that of a normal child at first, he sadly lost both of his parental figures at only 18 during a hound uprising in their base on Level 2. Despite him surviving the horrible incident by sheer luck, Callum then decided to retire from what was left of the Aiding Stragglers, a group towards which he harbored disdain for not protecting his parents enough. He left Level 2 on October 1st of 2013 SMT and wandered on his own for almost a year. During this time, Callum heard about the BNTG, which is a backrooms group focused on trading and economic subjects. Having had a lifelong interest in such subjects with the dream of one day becoming a businessman, but unable to achieve it with his old group, he set out to find them. He reached Level 1 in the Trader's Keep 2 months after his discovery, on January 9th of 2015. Although the voyage had been a real challenge for Callum, he pushed through with a sheer dedication and will to succeed in his goal and survive the countless dangers which the Backrooms possesses. A new life in the BNTG. Thanks to his motivation and knowledge in economics and survival, Callum Andrews was accepted in the BNTG at 19 years old. Mr. Andrews quickly showed that he was worthy of the confidence they could give him. He started as a simple collector, roaming Level 1 for its famous crates of material, the content of which were then stocked into the trader's vault. Callum made a name for himself thanks to his skills in both avoiding and fighting entities, which he learned just some months ago during his voyage. Some even say that he was able to save other members of his collecting team several times during the span of this job, which granted him an aura of respect that would benefit him as time passed. His efficiency made him quickly climb the rank. At only 20 years old, he got promoted to the post of collecting director. From his new place, he also quickly made a name for himself with his important skills in economics and diplomatic relations. He managed not only to control the overall collecting operations well, but also to help other departments in regards of sales and relationships with other groups. It is during that time that Callum discovered Backrooms Robotics, a company he would work a lot with, greatly improving the relations between this group and the BMTG. However, his brilliant career took a tragic end when what he now describes as a childhood mistake that still haunts him today occurred. Indeed, over the course of the year 2017, his superior discovered that Callum Andrews had been keeping some valuable items collected by the teams he supervised for himself, selling them to the very organization he works for, effectively stealing the company's money in a diverted way. This act, which completely destroyed his reputation within the group he had been working for several years now, forced him to not only resign from his position, but also to quit the BNTG altogether. End of page 1. An opportunity in Backrooms Robotics. Fortunately for Callum, his foolish childhood mistake did not end his aspirations, as he quickly got a job as a worker in a Backrooms robotics factory thanks to a contact in the firm he had worked with during his time as a BNTG collecting director, Alistair Rothschild. During that time, although his life wasn't the best, he started to develop a passion over the countless technologies created by Backrooms Robotics. Thanks to Alistair, a skilled engineer, Callum was able to learn about engineering, which allowed him to understand the various technologies created by the group. In 2020, at 25 years old, he was able to finally take control of his life again. He indeed successfully became an engineer in the very factory he had been working in as a simple worker for more than 3 years. Callum then proved himself yet again to be a great fit for his position, as he had been instrumental in the creation of several incredible inventions of our time. He has conducted the creation of red light white light after the discovery of the disease by the Meg and the doctors. Note, see level 109 for more information about the doctors. By the very act of saving potential of thousands of lives with his project, Callum got officially graced from his old mistake by the BNTG on August 26th of 2021 SMT, date of both the release of Red Light White Light and his 26th birthday. This is also the case for more recent examples of his work, as he has been involved in other projects such as the monorail. Alistair and Callum, twin leaders. Over the course of the years, Mr. Alistair Rothschild also got promoted more and more. In 2019, he became the CEO of Backrooms Robotics after the death of former leader Antonio Fonzi. Over the course of the years, Callum and Alistair kept their friendship together, often helping each other. It's here that Callum Andrews showed off all his hard work once again with his communication and economic skills, sometimes speaking on behalf of Alistair Rothschild and Backrooms Robotics during important meetings with other groups. It was also during this time that Callum really started to work alongside the BNTG again, proving by his work that he was worthy of the grace they would give him some years later. He also maintained good relationships with the Meg, relations that would prove vital after some drama revolving around Backrooms Robotics lamps started. With the leadership of Alistair and Callum, Backrooms Robotics thrived, both in foreign relations and machine creation. The turning point. Unfortunately, yesterday, on August 25th of 2023 SMT, Mr. Alistair Rothschild passed away. Although we do not possess the complete details right now, Backrooms Robotics made an announcement explaining he died peacefully of old age, an explanation which makes sense seeing that he was in his late 70s, an age rather uncommon in the Backrooms. In this speech, Backrooms Robotics also announced that Callum Andrews would become the new Backrooms Robotics CEO, respecting Alistair's last wish. Even without the mention of Alistair's testament, it is clear that Callum Andrews was the only right choice for such an important position. Mr. Andrews, indeed, is no newcomer to this important role, as he helped Alistair Rothschild countless times over the last 10 years. On a more personal note, it is possible to see this incredible promotion as the accumulation of his life's work. He, who started as a simple BNTG collector, who made a grave mistake and could have ended his dreams, never gave up. He continued to work hard to help the Backrooms and the group that trusted him, even after he made a terrible error. Mr. Callum Andrews has yet to talk to the public after the tragedy that represents Alistair Rothschild's passing, but it is clear that he will lead Backrooms Robotics wisely, as the experience he accumulated over the years proves. End of page 2. Callum put down the journal, smiling. Such a bunch of naive journalists. Idiot pen pushers who praise the work of someone they barely know anything about, just for the thrill of inspiring readers who behave as naively as the one who produced the writing. Oh, if they knew. Backrooms Robotics wasn't what it seemed to be. A marvelous group capable of creating incredible technology indeed, but the goal of their work isn't always what it seems. Seoul certainly came a long way. Once a team of dedicated craftsmen of the Iron Fist, now a company of massive power, dedicated to the creation of marvelous technologies. And now, Seoul, or should he say, Backrooms Robotics, is recognized for helping wanderers. Ironic, seeing how belligerent the Iron Fist actually is. 5 teams who collaborated to help defeat the Indestructible, and he, Callum Andrews, was now the sole director of the most important one. He obviously had no interest in the core mission of the Iron Fist, idiocies for his corporate mind. Callum was here for power and money alike. His selling of destructive weapons and vehicles was what made the firm so powerful in the first place. But it's the relations with the other groups that made robotics seem like a company that just wants to help people, a facade they needed to continue their activities that shifted from iron smelting to contraption engineering a long time ago. Of course, mistakes happen. He will always remember the incident with their lamps. Jupiter asked them to mass produce tools for spying on other groups, so as to verify how much they knew about the Iron Fist. Obviously, he now saw what was wrong in the process. Too risky, too careless. Backrooms Robotics got involved in a never before seen scandal that he had the toughest time dissipating. He turned over from his desk to the grand window, reveling the production chain of the factory he was in. He smiled again, remembering how he used to work in those dirty areas as nothing but a worthless worker. Oh, how things changed. He had power, riches far beyond what his parents could have ever dreamed of. And now, Backrooms Robotics, the ingenious faction capable of incredible technologies, is under his command. And, in the time of the resurgence of the godly beings the Iron Fist despise, Soul will be more needed than ever. He laughed, again and again, realizing where he was now. The yellow sun lost its light. It was time for a new one to rise. A white sun who will lead the Backrooms Robotics, no, Soul, to new heights. As the gods fall, he rises. As the other groups blind themselves, he sees everything. The white sun shines upon the new age it created.